students. So last class we have discussed about the basic concept of motion. Okay. So to this class we are going to discuss about the basic concept of force. Okay. First of all, we have to know how the object is moving from one place to another place. Right. Last class we have discussed this example. Consider this is a box and this is a table. How the box is moved from this place to another place? Yes, by applying an external force, right? External force means we have to push the box from this place to another place, or we have to put the box from this place to this place. Okay, so this is pull. Okay, this is pull, and this is push, right? So force is so that push or pull is nothing but the force. Okay, so now we just see the basic definition of force. So force is nothing but forces are push or pull by an animate or inanimate agency. Animate means living things. Inanimate means non-living things. Okay. Agency means any product or any things or any factor. Okay. Any that means temperature, pressure, or any atmosphere, like that. Any factors. Okay. Or any physical factor, any mechanical factor, like that. Anything. So generally, force can be defined as forces are push or pull by an animate or inanimate agency. Okay, animate means living things, or inanimate means non-living things, right? So by using living things, we have to push the box from this place to another place, or by using inanimate agency, right? Inanimate agency means how the box is moved. We have to apply any external force by using human being. Okay, if the air is applied. That means too much of air, more amount of air will be applied from this place to another place, means automatically the box will move. Okay, so that point of view, air is nothing but inanimate agency. Okay, so animate means living things, inanimate means non-living things. Okay, so based on the contact and the agency, the force can be classified into two different categories. So based on contact, the force can be divided into contact force and non-contact force. Contact force and non-contact force. Okay, based on the agency, it can be divided into two different categories, like animate agency, another one inanimate agency. Okay, so we are familiar about the word animate and inanimate. Okay, animate means living things. So by using living things, we have to move an object from one place to another place. Inanimate means non-living things. So by using non-living things, we are moving an object from one place to another place. So that is inanimate, right? Another one category, contact and a non-contact force. Okay, so contact means touch, right? So this is the obvious synonymous word. Okay, so contact means touch. Okay, so by touching an object, we have to move an object from one place to another place, means by touching that object. Okay, that means by touching. Here dust is there. By touching this object from the just touching means we have to apply a force. Okay, I just apply that force, so automatically the dust is moving. Okay, so this is touching, right? So touching means contact is there. Okay, so based on this example, this is the main example of contact force. Okay, and another one is non-contact force. That means without applying any or without giving any external touch to that object. Okay, so automatically that object is moved from one place to another place. Okay, for example, consider a coconut tree. How the coconut tree falls down from the topper part. We are not applying any external touch. Okay, automatically that coconut tree falls down towards the earth. Okay, so at that point of view, air only main factor. Okay, so air is automatically, we say, inanimate agency. Okay, so by using inanimate agency, that coconut is down falls from the earth. Okay, so in that case, we are not applying any external contact, or we are not applying any external touch. Okay, so without giving any touch, right? So that is the example of non-contact force. Okay, so some other examples also there. For example, magnetism and gravity. So these are the two different examples for non-contact force. Gravity means gravitational force is there in the earth. Okay. Another one is magnetism. Magnetism means, consider this is one magnet and this is another magnet. Just move from near, automatically both magnet will touch. Okay, here we are not applying any external touch, right? Because this is north pole and this is south pole, means automatically both are attractive. Okay, we won't give any external force, right? Just to move this to this, automatically both the magnet will touch, right? Or both magnet will attract. Okay, so these are the two different examples for non-contact force. Contact force, many examples is there for contact force. Okay, so already we are more familiar about animate and inanimate agency, right? So by using this concept, the force can change the position of the object, right? So consider this box. I just applying some force like push. Okay, automatically that box is moving from this place to another place. Okay, so in this case, the force can change the position of the box and also the speed of the box. Okay, and also it can change the shape of the box. Right? Consider the duster. I just press this duster, so automatically it is contraction. Okay, contraction means its size is reduced. Okay, I lose, automatically expand. Okay, so the force is mainly used to contract or expand the object. So this is the main application. So by using this topic, the force can change the shape of the object also. Okay, so shape of the object and the speed of the object and the size, not size, position of the object, like that. Okay, so everything is mainly based on the force concept only. Okay. Then the next heading is types of motion. Types of motion. Okay, there are different types are there. First one, linear motion. Next one, curvilinear motion. And the next one, circular motion. Next one, rotating motion. Next one, oscillatory motion. And the next one, zigzag motion. Okay, so these categories mainly based on the path, right? That means that the object is moving from one place to another place, so that is called motion. Okay, so how the object is moved from one place to another place? By using that path. Okay, so based on the path, the motion can be categorized or classified into 6 different categories, right? Once again I am telling: linear motion, curvilinear motion, circular motion, rotatory motion, oscillatory motion, and zigzag motion. Okay, so let's see the basic definition of all the motions. Okay, so first thing is linear motion. First of all, linear means the path should be in straight way. Okay, that means straight line, right? So when we are moving from one place to another place in the straight path, means that motion is called a linear motion. Okay, for example, free fall, normal, right? Free fall. So that is the example of linear motion. And the next one is curvilinear motion. So curvilinear motion is nothing but that object is in curved path. Okay, curved means, for example, throwing ball. Okay, throwing ball. I just throw this duster from one place to another place. So automatically this duster is move like this. Okay, so this is curved, right? So this is the example of curvilinear motion. Okay, and the next one, circular motion. So name itself gives you the meaning. So circular means that object should move in a circular path. Okay, circle path. For example, consider a watch. Okay, so that many tips are there, right? So all the hands are moving inside the circle in circular path. Okay, so that is the example of circular motion. That is also suitable for rotating motion. So rotating means that object is moving from one place to another place by using any axis. Okay, axis. For example, consider this axis. This top piece is moving from one place to another place. Okay, based on this axis, right? So this is the example of rotating motion. One more example is the rotating top, right? Next one, oscillatory motion. So oscillatory means this is also similar with the rotating motion. So based on the axis only, that object is moving from one place to another place. But oscillate means front and backward. Okay, so consider this top is, this is moving from back again this is moving from front. Okay, so this is the example of oscillating motion, right? And then last one, zigzag motion. So zigzag, the other name of zigzag is irregular motion. Okay, so we can't say that motion thing, that path is like linear or circular or anything. Okay, zigzag means irregular. Okay, where that path may be anything, right? For example, people walking in a crowded street, right? People walking in a crowded street. So say this is example of zigzag motion. Okay, so these are the six important things which is based on the path, right?
This is book reading session. How things move. When we kick a ball, it moves. When we push the book on the table, it moves. When a bullock pulls the cart, moves. Motion occurs when an object is pulled or pushed by an agency. Why do we try any inanimate agency? In our daily life, we pull out water from the well using bucket. Animals pull a bullock cart. It is a person or animal that is an animate agency that does the pushing or pulling. Sometimes we see a tall grass in the meadow dancing in the wind or a piece of wood moving down a stream. What pushes or pulls them? We know that blowing wind and flowing water is the cause. Sometimes the push or pull can be due to the inanimate agency. Forces are push or pull by an animate or inanimate agency. Contact, non-contact forces. Forces can be classified into two major types: contact and non-contact forces. Wind making a flag flutter, a bullock pulling a cart are contact forces. Magnetism, gravity are some examples of non-contact forces. In all the above cases, the force is executed by touching the body, so these type of forces are called contact forces. Mysteriously, Ripon Cook. The book moves. Application of force in an object results in motion from a state of rest. What happens when a batsman hits a ball? The ball is already in motion, but with the strike, the speed of the ball increases. Moreover, the direction of the ball changes. Application of force on an object results in a change in its speed and a change in its direction. When we crush a balloon or press roti, duff, or pull a rubber band, the shape of the object changes on application of force. Application of force in object results in expansion or contraction. Turn into next page. Look at this picture. The person is applying force to stop the cart from moving. When the force is applied against the direction of the motion, the speed can be reduced or even the motion is stopped completely. Discuss what happens when you apply brake in a speeding bicycle. In a nutshell, we can say that the applied force is in interaction of one object on another that causes the second object to move from rest. Speed up, slow down, stop the motion, change the direction, compress or expand. Forces can changes the states of a body from rest to motion or motion to rest, either change the speed or direction or body both of the body, change the shape of the body. This is material reading session. See the Rome letter 1 and your today homework is in the Rome letter 1 you have to study the question 4 and 5. See the question number 4. Rotation of the earth is a periodic motion. Justify. Motion repeated in equal intervals of time is called as periodic motion. The earth rotates on its axis once in 24 hours. The duration of time is fixed as 24 hours. Therefore, the rotation of earth is a periodic motion. Question number 5. Differentiate rotational and curvilinear motion. Rotational motion first getting, second getting curvilinear motion. A body moves along a circular path. Here a body moves along a curved path. It does not change its position about its own axis. It changes its position with motion. Example, motion of a spinning top. Here example, throwing ball.